Hey, how's it going, guys? For today's burrito, we're gonna make a breakfast burrito. We're gonna have potatoes, quarter of an onion, half a jalapeno, or the whole jalapeno, whatever you want. And for that, we're gonna use a little bit of Spam. We're gonna use about a third of this, okay? Alright, we're gonna get the potato. We're gonna make it into cubes. Alright. I don't bother peeling the potatoes because, I mean, it's just potato peels. Just wash the potato real good and you're good to go. Onion, nothing fancy. Just gonna get rid of all this extra stuff. Just slices like so. Jalapenos, nothing fancy either. You can do, let's make it fancy. We're gonna do half, so it's quarters. Just get rid of the stuff in the inside, the seeds, the veins. Usually that's where the heat is. So you want some flavor, but you don't want to burn. So that's pretty good. We got the quarters there. And just chop again. Alright, for the Spam we're gonna use about a third. So like that. Get a third, half, slice, and then cubes. Kind of chunky, so you know, so it doesn't get lost. And that's it. Now for the cooking, we're gonna start with the potatoes first. Then we're gonna do the Spam in another skillet. We're gonna put the onions, the jalapenos first. Once that's a little translucent, then we're gonna add the Spam. And then we'll add more eggs. Alright, to cook the potatoes, we have the skillet about medium to high. A little bit of vegetable oil. We're not making that many potatoes, just a little bit. Make sure your oil is hot. If you want to taste the oil first, you can throw up one potato. Silence. So that oil is not ready. We're going to give it a little more time until it's hot. Alright, our oil is finally getting up to temperature. The reason we wait for that is if you put those raw potatoes in cold oil, the oil is going to go inside the potatoes. You're going to get oily potatoes, saggy potatoes, and nobody likes them potatoes. Now the oil's hot, we're going to dump all our potatoes in there. I'm going to use a little bit of salt. I'm using this pink salt in this fancy container. Could have been white salt, still would have been fancy, but we're going to use pink Hawaiian fancy salt. Just a little bit. Some fresh pepper. Just that depends on how you like it. That's how I like my potatoes. Now for this breakfast burrito, I'm making two separate things, mainly because let's say you finish with this potatoes, you add the egg to it, then the potatoes are gonna get soggy because the egg is kind of liquidy. You want crunchy potatoes, so you separate them. You'll mix around. Okay, we're almost there. Alright, I think we got it. Now for the next step, choose your plate with a napkin in there. We're gonna get the potatoes, put them in here. So we can drain the excess oil from our potatoes. Now, these potatoes will depend on your level of doneness that you want in these. These for me are good. There's some very crispy. There's some that are gonna be a little bit mushy. But they're all gonna be good. Remember, once you take them off the heat, they're still gonna continue cooking with the residual heat. Alright, now we still have some oil in there. We're going to start with the vegetables, which is the onions and the jalapenos. Now for this part, I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper because, well, this pan is kind of salty. Even though I got the 25% less, still 75% salty. Just separate all the onions so they can start cooking evenly. Should have done that when I chopped them, but I'm just looking for a little bit of sweat, the onions to get a little bit more transparent. Alright, so that's pretty much about it. Now we're gonna add the Spam so it starts getting a little color to it. Alright, we're almost very close to eating, guys. Now for this, I'm going to use 2 whole eggs and an extra egg white. I like to scramble mine to mix them up a little bit before I put them in there. I feel like it gives them a little bit extra fluffiness, as opposed to just dumping all the eggs directly into the heat. Alright, for added flavor, we're going to add a little bit of butter. I think like half a spoon, a little bit less. Just so your eggs can get that little extra oomph. Move it to the side, give it a chance to butter, do its thing. Alright, and before the butter melts completely, we're just gonna add our egg. Our temperature at this point for the egg, it's gonna be a bit lower, like at a medium high. No, medium heat will be fine. Make sure you incorporate everything in there. Make sure everybody gets a chance to meet with each other. Now, as you can see, the egg's a little bit gooey. Just turn it around. Oh, you got a runner. And that's it. You're done with the eggs. Otherwise, you get the risk to get into dry, overcooked eggs, and they have this little funky smell to them. You can see I put my comal underneath, help it a little bit to get some heat going on for the tortilla. But the eggs, we stopped cooking the eggs. I'm gonna rescue this runner. We have our extra large flour tortillas. These are a brand El Comal. We found them at Food for Less. Let's see how they work. Heat up. I flip 3 or 4 times just because I don't want it to get too crunchy. It's gonna be hard to make it a wrap. So this is our time to shine. You're gonna get the tortilla, put the heat up, get some cheese if you want. I'm doing some marble cheese, or they call it Colby cheese. I believe it's a mix of cheddar and Monterey or some white cheese. Once we have this, you are gonna add the egg just on top of it. It'll help melt the cheese. I'm gonna go for it. And after that, we're gonna add our potatoes. As much or as little as you want. Now this is the moment of truth. Let's see if we can fold it. You got it. Tight. Nice burrito. Let's see. And there you have it.